Do you want to successfully complete the C484 Objective Assessment exam? Then you are in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers for your success in the C484 OA exam for free. We understand that acing your OA exam can be quite challenging. That's why we provide completely free exam guides and practice questions for you. In this video, we will cover questions from leadership and power, organisational culture, group dynamics, motivation and values, and perception and bias. So, let's get started. 1. What term describes the extent to which power is distributed unequally in a society? A. Power distance. B. Individualism. C. Uncertainty avoidance. D. Masculinity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Power distance. Explanation. Option A is correct because power distance reflects the degree to which members of a society accept that power in institutions and organisations is distributed unequally. High power distance cultures typically accept a hierarchical order, while low power distance cultures emphasise equality and shared decision-making. Option B is incorrect because individualism refers to the degree to which people prefer to act as individuals rather than as members of groups. Option C is incorrect because uncertainty avoidance is the degree to which a society feels threatened by uncertain and ambiguous situations and tries to avoid them. Option D is incorrect because masculinity is the degree to which a culture favours traditional masculine roles such as achievement, power, and control, as opposed to viewing men and women as equals. 2. A culture that emphasises assertiveness and materialism aligns with which of the following attributes? A. Uncertainty avoidance. B. Masculinity. C. Individualism. D. Collectivism. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Masculinity. Explanation. Option B is correct because masculinity in the context of national culture attributes reflects societal values that prioritise assertiveness, achievement, and material success. In contrast, femininity emphasises cooperation, modesty, and care for others. Option A is incorrect because uncertainty avoidance relates to a society's tolerance for ambiguity and the unknown, not assertiveness. Option C is incorrect because individualism focuses on the importance of individual rights and freedoms over the group's needs. Option D is incorrect because collectivism emphasises group harmony and the importance of the community over the individual. 3. Which national culture attribute indicates little differentiation between male and female roles? A. Masculinity. B. Femininity. C. Power distance. D. Uncertainty avoidance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Femininity. Explanation. Option B is correct because a culture with a high femininity rating indicates that gender roles are more fluid and less defined. Such cultures promote equality between men and women and value cooperation, modesty, and quality of life. Option A is incorrect because a high masculinity rating signifies a society with distinct and traditional gender roles. Option C is incorrect because power distance concerns the acceptance of unequal power distribution, not gender roles. Option D is incorrect because uncertainty avoidance relates to a society's tolerance for ambiguity. 4. What term is used to describe the drive for a person to achieve a certain end state of existence? A. Instrumental values. B. Terminal values. C. Ethical values. D. organizational values? Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Terminal values. Explanation. Option B is correct because terminal values represent the desired, lifelong goals or end states that individuals strive to achieve, such as happiness, wisdom, or success. Option A is incorrect because instrumental values are the preferred modes of behaviour or means of achieving one's terminal values, such as being honest or ambitious. Option C is incorrect because ethical values are principles that define what is right and wrong, which guide behaviour but are not end states themselves. Option D is incorrect because organisational values are the core beliefs that guide an organisation's behaviour and decisions. 5. Which psychological concept reflects how individuals organise and interpret sensory impressions to give meaning to their environment? A. Attribution theory. B. Social identity theory. C. Perception. D. Learning theory. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Perception. Explanation. Option C is correct because perception is the process by which individuals organise and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment and the behaviour of others. Option A is incorrect because attribution theory is a specific part of perception that deals with how we explain the causes of our own and others' behaviour. Option B is incorrect because social identity theory suggests that a person's sense of who they are is based on their group memberships. Option D is incorrect because learning theory explains how individuals acquire new behaviours through experience, reinforcement, and observation. 6. What does the term self-serving bias refer to in the context of attribution theory? A. Tendency to attribute successes to others. B. Tendency to attribute failures to external factors. C. Tendency to overlook others' contributions. D. Tendency to exaggerate failures. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Tendency to attribute failures to external factors. Explanation. Option B is correct because the self-serving bias is the tendency for individuals to attribute their very own successes to internal factors, like ability or effort, while blaming failures on external factors like bad luck or difficult circumstances. Option A is incorrect because attributing successes to others is the opposite of the self-serving bias. Option C is incorrect because overlooking others' contributions is a different type of cognitive bias, not the self-serving bias. Option D is incorrect because the self-serving bias is a self-protective mechanism. Individuals are more likely to downplay their failures, not exaggerate them. 7. Which term describes the adjustment of one's behaviour to align with the norms of a group? A. Self-monitoring. B. Conformity. C. Reference groups. D. Group dynamics. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Conformity. Explanation. Option B is correct because conformity refers to adjusting one's behaviour or thinking to coincide with a group standard or norm. This social influence can significantly affect individual behaviour and decision-making. Option A is incorrect because self-monitoring refers to an individual's ability to adjust their behaviour to external situational factors. Option C is incorrect because reference groups are the actual groups to which an individual looks to for guidance, not the act of aligning with them. Option D is incorrect because group dynamics is the broad study of the forces and processes that occur within a group. 8. What arises when an individual faces conflicting expectations from the different roles they occupy? A. Differentiation. B. Role conflict. C. Role perception. D. Role expectations. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Role conflict. Explanation. Option B is correct because role conflict arises when an individual finds that compliance with one role's requirements may make it difficult to comply with another. This leads to confusion and stress in fulfilling those roles effectively. Option A is incorrect because differentiation in an organizational context refers to the specialization of tasks and roles, not the conflict between them. Option C is incorrect because role perception is an individual's own view of how he or she is supposed to act in a given situation. Option D is incorrect because role expectations are how others believe a person should act in a given situation. 9. Which leadership theory suggests that effective groups depend on a match between a leader's style and the degree to which the situation gives the leader control? A. Fiedler contingency model. B. Path-goal theory. C. Leader-member exchange theory. D. Trait theory. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Fiedler contingency model. Explanation. Option A is correct because the Fiedler contingency model posits that group performance is dependent on the proper match between the leader's style of interacting with subordinates and the degree to which the situation gives control and influence to the leader. Option B is incorrect because path-goal theory suggests that a leader's main job is to clarify the path to help followers achieve their work goals. Option C is incorrect because leader-member exchange theory focuses on the unique, dyadic relationships that leaders form with each of their individual followers. Option D is incorrect because trait theory suggests that leadership effectiveness is based on inherent personal qualities or traits that leaders possess. 10. What type of conflict arises from differences in how work gets done? A. Task conflict. B. Relationship conflict. C. Process conflict. D. Value conflict. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Process conflict. Explanation. Option C is correct because process conflict relates to disagreements about how the work gets done. This includes disputes over delegation, logistics, and the methods used to accomplish a task. Option A is incorrect because task conflict relates to the content and goals of the work, or what needs to be done. Option B is incorrect because relationship conflict focuses on interpersonal incompatibilities, tension, and animosity among individuals. Option D is incorrect because value conflict stems from disagreements over fundamental beliefs or principles. 11. Which decision-making model acknowledges that individuals often operate under constraints and simplify complex problems? A. Rational decision-making model. B. Bounded rationality model. C. Intuitive decision-making model. D. Escalation of commitment. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Bounded rationality model. Explanation. Option B is correct because the bounded rationality model suggests that individuals make decisions by constructing simplified models that extract the essential features from problems without capturing all their complexity. They operate within the confines of limited information and cognitive ability. Option A is incorrect because the rational decision-making model assumes that decision-makers have complete information and can make logical, value-maximizing choices. Option C is incorrect because the intuitive decision-making model relies on unconscious processes and gut feelings developed from experience. Option D is incorrect because escalation of commitment is a behavioral bias describing an increased commitment to a previous decision despite negative information, not a decision-making model itself. 12. Which of the following describes the belief that one can successfully perform a specific task? A. Self-efficacy. B. Empowerment. C. Self-determination. D. Personal agency. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Self-efficacy. Explanation. Option A is correct because self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in their own capability to execute the behaviours necessary to produce specific performance attainments. It is a key factor in motivation and persistence. Option B is incorrect because empowerment is the process of giving employees the authority and resources to make decisions and take action. Option C is incorrect because self-determination is the feeling of having control and autonomy over one's own life and choices. Option D is incorrect because personal agency is a broader concept referring to the capacity of individuals to act independently and make their own choices. Self-efficacy is more task-specific. 13. Which model of creativity emphasizes the need for expertise, creative thinking skills, and intrinsic task motivation? A. Three-component model of creativity. B. Transformational leadership. C. Contingency theory. D. Self-determination theory. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Three-component model of creativity. Explanation. Option A is correct because the three-component model, proposed by Teresa and Mabel, posits that individual creativity requires a combination of expertise, creative thinking skills, and intrinsic task motivation. Option B is incorrect because transformational leadership is a leadership style focused on inspiring and motivating followers. Option C is incorrect because contingency theory is a broad class of leadership theories, stating that effectiveness depends on the situation. Option D is incorrect because self-determination theory is a theory of motivation concerning the universal needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. 14. What type of power is derived from a person's formal position in an organization? A. Reward power. B. Expert power. C. Referent power. D. Legitimate power. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, D. Legitimate power. Explanation. Option D is correct because legitimate power is the formal authority given to a person based on their position in the organizational hierarchy. This power grants them the right to make decisions and direct others. Option A is incorrect because reward power is based on the ability to distribute rewards that others value, such as pay raises or promotions. Option B is incorrect because expert power comes from having special skills, knowledge, or expertise in a particular area. Option C is incorrect because referent power is based on identification with a person who has desirable personal traits or charisma. 15. Which leadership approach emphasizes a leader's ability to motivate employees by clarifying roles and task requirements? A. Transactional leadership. B. Transformational leadership. C. Participative leadership. D. Directive leadership. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, D. Directive leadership. Explanation. Option D is correct because directive leadership, a style within path goal theory, involves the leader providing specific guidance, setting clear standards of performance, and ensuring that rules and regulations are followed, which motivates employees through clarity. Option A is incorrect because transactional leadership focuses more broadly on contingent rewards and managing by exception. Option B is incorrect because transformational leadership focuses on inspiring followers and appealing to higher ideals and values. Option C is incorrect because participative leadership involves consulting with employees and using their suggestions in decision-making. 16. What type of justice considers the perceived fairness of the distribution of outcomes or rewards? A. Distributive justice. B. Procedural justice. C. Interactional justice. D. Organizational justice. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Distributive justice. Explanation. Option A is correct because distributive justice focuses on the perceived fairness of the outcomes, such as pay and recognition, that employees receive. It assesses whether rewards and resources are allocated fairly. Option B is incorrect because procedural justice concerns the perceived fairness of the process used to determine the distribution of rewards. Option C is incorrect because interactional justice refers to the perceived degree to which one is treated with dignity, concern, and respect. Option D is incorrect because organizational justice is the umbrella term for an overall perception of fairness in the workplace, encompassing distributive, procedural, and interactional justice. 17. Which leadership style focuses on completing goals and the efficiency of task execution over interpersonal relationships? A. Task-oriented. B. Relationship-oriented. C. Charismatic. D. Servant. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Task-oriented. Explanation. Option A is correct because a task-oriented leadership style prioritizes defining roles, organizing work, and focusing on the completion of goals and the efficiency of task execution. Option B is incorrect because a relationship-oriented leadership style prioritizes building strong interpersonal connections, employee well-being, and a positive work environment. Option C is incorrect because charismatic leadership relies on the leader's personal charm and appeal to inspire followers. Option D is incorrect because servant leadership focuses primarily on the growth and well-being of people and the communities they belong to. 18. What is the term for voluntary behaviour that violates significant organisational norms and, in doing so, threatens the well-being of the organisation or its members? A. Deviant workplace behaviour. B. Citizenship behaviour. C. Groupthink. D. Organisational commitment. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Deviant workplace behaviour. Explanation. Option A is correct, because deviant workplace behaviour, also known as counterproductive work behaviour, refers to voluntary actions that violate significant organisational norms and can harm the organisation or its members. Option B is incorrect because citizenship behaviour is positive, voluntary behaviour that promotes the effective functioning of the organisation. Option C is incorrect because groupthink is a phenomenon where the desire for group conformity results in an irrational or dysfunctional decision-making outcome. Option D is incorrect because organisational commitment is the degree to which an employee identifies with and wishes to remain a member of their organisation. 19. What concept describes the system of shared meanings and beliefs held by members that distinguishes one organisation from another? A. Organisational culture. B. Group dynamics. C. Organisational behaviour. D. team processes? Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Organizational culture. Explanation. Option A is correct because organizational culture is defined as the shared values, beliefs, and practices that shape how members of an organization interact and work, creating a unique social and psychological environment that distinguishes it from others. Option B is incorrect because group dynamics refers to the interactions and forces within a group of people. Option C is incorrect because organizational behavior is the broad field of study that investigates the impact of individuals, groups, and structure on behavior within organizations. Option D is incorrect because team processes describe the specific activities and interactions within a team that lead to its outcomes. 20. In group dynamics, what term describes the adjustment of one's behavior to align with group norms? A. Conformity. B. Compliance. C. Social facilitation. D. Normative influence. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Conformity. Explanation. Option A is correct because conformity involves individuals adjusting their behaviours, attitudes, and beliefs to align with the expectations and norms of a group, which can enhance group cohesion but may also suppress individuality. Option B is incorrect because compliance involves agreeing to a direct request from another person, which may not involve changing one's underlying beliefs. Option C is incorrect because social facilitation is the tendency for people to perform differently, either better or worse, when in the presence of others than when alone. Option D is incorrect because normative influence is the underlying reason for conformity. It is the influence of other people that leads us to conform in order to be liked and accepted by them. 21. Which term describes the primary or dominant values that are accepted throughout the organisation? A. Core values. B. Subcultures. C. Organisational identity. D. Organisational structure. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Core values. Explanation. Option A is correct because core values are the fundamental beliefs and guiding principles that dictate behaviour and action in an organisation. They serve as the foundation for the organisation's culture and identity. Option B is incorrect because subcultures are smaller cultures that develop within an organisation, typically based on departmental or geographical distinctions. Option C is incorrect because organisational identity is what members perceive, feel, and think about their organisation as a whole. Option D is incorrect because organisational structure refers to the formal arrangement of jobs and reporting relationships within an organisation. 22. What is the focus of positive organisational scholarship? A. Employee strengths. B. Positive relationships. C. Resilience. D. All of the above. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, D. All of the above. Explanation. Option D is correct because positive organisational scholarship is a comprehensive field that focuses on all these aspects. It studies how to discover and build on employee strengths, foster positive interpersonal relationships, and promote individual and collective resilience to improve organisational effectiveness. Option A is incorrect because focusing only on employee strengths is just one part of the broader scope of positive organisational scholarship. While identifying strengths is important, the field also emphasises relationships and resilience. Option B is incorrect because positive organisational scholarship is not solely about positive relationships. Though relationships are a crucial aspect, the field also includes the development of strengths and resilience. Option C is incorrect because resilience alone does not capture the entire framework of positive organisational scholarship. It is one component, but the field takes a holistic view that combines resilience with strengths and positive connections. 23. Which leadership style is characterised by an emphasis on inspiring followers to commit to a shared vision and building strong emotional connections? A. Transactional leadership. B. Transformational leadership. C. Laissez-faire leadership. D. Authoritarian leadership. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Transformational leadership. Explanation. Option B is correct because transformational leadership emphasises inspiring and motivating followers through a shared vision and strong emotional bonds, fostering commitment to organisational goals and personal growth. Option A is incorrect because transactional leadership focuses on exchanges and contingent rewards, not deep emotional connections. Option C is incorrect because laissez-faire leadership is a hands-off approach where the leader abdicates responsibilities and avoids making decisions. Option D is incorrect because authoritarian leadership involves a leader dictating policies and procedures, which typically hinders genuine emotional connections. 24. What term describes an individual's sensitivity to the fairness of the input-to-output ratios when compared to others? A. Equity sensitivity. B. Job evaluation. C. Comparative assessment. D. Performance appraisal. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Equity sensitivity. Explanation. Option A is correct because equity sensitivity is a personality trait that captures an individual's different preferences for and reactions to situations of equity or inequity when comparing their job inputs and outcomes to those of others. Option B is incorrect because job evaluation is a systematic process of determining the relative worth of jobs within an organisation. Option C is incorrect because comparative assessment is a general term for comparing things and is not specific to the input-output ratio in a work context. Option D is incorrect because a performance appraisal is a formal system for reviewing and evaluating an individual's job performance. 25. Which theory suggests that employees are motivated by a desire to be treated fairly at work by comparing their job inputs and outcomes with those of others? A. Equity theory. B. Expectancy theory. C. Reinforcement theory. D. Self-determination theory. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Equity theory. Explanation. Option A is correct because equity theory posits that employees are motivated when their perceived input-to-outcome ratios are balanced compared to those of a referent other, influencing their job satisfaction and motivation. Option B is incorrect because expectancy theory proposes that motivation depends on the expectation that effort will lead to performance, which will lead to a desired outcome. Option C is incorrect because reinforcement theory suggests that behaviour is a function of its consequences, with rewarded behaviour likely to be repeated. Option D is incorrect because self-determination theory focuses on how the needs for autonomy, competence and relatedness drive intrinsic motivation. 26. What is the main focus of transformational leadership? A. Achieving short-term goals. B. Maintaining the status quo. C. Inspiring followers to transcend self-interest. D. Enforcing strict guidelines. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Inspiring followers to transcend self-interest. Explanation. Option C is correct because the core of transformational leadership is to inspire and elevate followers to look beyond their own self-interests for the greater good of the group or organisation, fostering innovation and a high level of commitment. Option A is incorrect because achieving short-term goals through rewards and punishments is more characteristic of transactional leadership. Option B is incorrect because transformational leaders are agents of change who challenge the status quo, not maintain it. Option D is incorrect because enforcing strict guidelines is a hallmark of an autocratic or directive leadership style. '27. Which organisational behaviour concept describes discretionary behaviours that are not part of an employee's formal job requirements but contribute positively to the workplace environment? A. Citizenship behaviour. B. Counterproductive behaviour. C. Deviant behaviour. D. Withdrawal behaviour. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Citizenship behaviour. Explanation. Option A is correct because organisational citizenship behaviour refers to discretionary actions that enhance the psychological and social environment of the workplace, such as helping colleagues or going beyond formal job requirements. Option B is incorrect because counterproductive behaviour includes actions that actively damage the organisation or its members. Option C is incorrect because deviant behaviour is another term for actions that violate significant organisational norms and are generally harmful. Option D is incorrect because withdrawal behaviour is a set of actions employees take to separate themselves from the organisation, such as absenteeism or turnover. 28. Which of the following is a key element of an effective group decision-making process? A. Consensus. B. Groupthink. C. Social loafing. D. Conflict avoidance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Consensus. Explanation. Option A is correct because striving for consensus where all members agree on the final decision is a hallmark of an effective group decision-making process. It fosters commitment, collaboration, and ensures that diverse viewpoints have been considered. Option B is incorrect because groupthink is a dysfunctional process where the desire for harmony overrides a realistic appraisal of alternatives, leading to poor decisions. Option C is incorrect because social loafing is the tendency for individuals to exert less effort when working in a group, which harms the decision-making process. Option D is incorrect because conflict avoidance involves suppressing disagreements, which prevents the critical evaluation of ideas necessary for a good decision. '29. What term describes the shared expectation that all team members will contribute their fair share to a group task? A. Social facilitation. B. Collective responsibility. C. Social loafing. D. Group accountability. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Collective responsibility. Explanation. Option B is correct, because collective responsibility emphasises that all members of a team are accountable for the group's performance and are expected to contribute their part to achieve common goals. Option A is incorrect because social facilitation refers to improved performance on simple tasks when in the presence of others. Option C is incorrect because social loafing is the opposite phenomenon, where individuals exert less effort in a group setting. Option D is incorrect because group accountability, while similar, often refers to the formal state of being answerable for outcomes, whereas collective responsibility emphasizes the shared expectation of contribution. 30. What term refers to the ability of an organization to adapt to its external environment to ensure its long-term viability? A. Organizational resilience. B. Environmental scanning. C. Organizational survival. D. Strategic alignment. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Organizational survival. Explanation. Option C is correct because organizational survival refers to the fundamental goal and ability of an organization to adapt, navigate challenges, and thrive amid external changes, ensuring its long-term viability and effectiveness. Option A is incorrect because organizational resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, which is a component of long-term survival. Option B is incorrect because environmental scanning is the specific process of gathering information about the external environment. It is a tool for survival, not survival itself. Option D is incorrect because strategic alignment is the process of linking an organization's resources and structure to its strategy, which is a means to achieve survival. 31. In the context of team dynamics, what does reflexivity refer to? A. The ability to adapt roles. B. Reflection on group processes and outcomes. C. Conformity to team norms. D. Collective decision-making. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Reflection on group processes and outcomes. Explanation. Option B is correct because reflexivity in a team context is the process of members collectively reflecting on their objectives, strategies, and processes, and adapting them to improve future performance and effectiveness. Option A is incorrect because the ability to adapt roles is role flexibility, a different concept. Option C is incorrect because conformity is the act of aligning behaviour with group expectations, not reflecting on them. Option D is incorrect because collective decision-making is the process of a group reaching a decision, while reflexivity is about reviewing that process. 32. Which leadership approach emphasises the importance of a leader's ability to recognise and manage their own and others' emotions? A. Trait theory. B. Transformational leadership. C. Emotional intelligence. D. Situational leadership. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Emotional intelligence. Explanation. Option C is correct because emotional intelligence in leadership emphasizes the crucial role of a leader's ability to perceive, understand, and manage their own emotions and those of others to foster effective relationships and guide thinking and action. Option A is incorrect because trait theory focuses on inherent personal characteristics of leaders, not emotional skills. Option B is incorrect because while transformational leaders often have high emotional intelligence, the theory's primary focus is on inspiration and change, not the mechanics of emotion management. Option D is incorrect because situational leadership focuses on adapting a leader's style to the follower's readiness level. 33. What term describes the phenomenon where group members' desire for consensus overrides their motivation to realistically appraise alternative courses of action? A. Groupthink. B. Social loafing. C. Consensus building. D. Team cohesion. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Groupthink. Explanation. Option A is correct because groupthink occurs when the desire for harmony or conformity in a group leads to an irrational or dysfunctional decision-making outcome, as members suppress dissent and critical evaluation of alternatives. Option B is incorrect because social loafing is the tendency for individuals to exert less effort in a group. Option C is incorrect because consensus building is a positive and collaborative process of finding a decision that all members can support. Option D is incorrect because team cohesion, the bond among team members, is a condition that can lead to groupthink if not managed properly, but it is not groupthink itself. 34. Which type of leadership involves the leader consulting with followers and using their suggestions before making a decision? A. Autocratic leadership. B. Participative leadership. C. Directive leadership. D. Transformational leadership. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Participative leadership. Explanation. Option B is correct because participative leadership, also known as democratic leadership, involves encouraging input and collaboration from team members, fostering a sense of ownership and engagement in decision-making processes. Option A is incorrect because an autocratic leader makes decisions alone without input from others. Option C is incorrect because a directive leader provides specific instructions and expectations without seeking input. Option D is incorrect because while a transformational leader inspires engagement, the specific act of seeking input for decisions defines the participative style. 35. In social psychology, what is the focus of study regarding how the thoughts, feelings, and behaviours of individuals are influenced by others? A. Group dynamics. B. Social perception. C. Social identity. D. Social influence. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. D. Social influence. Explanation. Option D is correct because social influence is the scientific study of how individuals' thoughts, feelings, and behaviours are affected by the actual, imagined, or implied presence of others. Option A is incorrect because group dynamics is a subfield that focuses specifically on the processes within small groups. Option B is incorrect because social perception studies how people form impressions of and make inferences about other people. Option C is incorrect because social identity is a theory about how group membership forms a person's sense of self. 36. What term describes the drive to excel, to achieve in relation to a set of standards, and to strive to succeed? A. Achievement motivation. B. Self-actualization. C. Intrinsic motivation. D. Goal orientation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Achievement motivation. Explanation. Option A is correct because achievement motivation, often referred to as the need for achievement, is an individual's drive to excel, master skills, and meet high standards of success. Option B is incorrect because self-actualization is the desire to become the most that one can be, representing the peak of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Option C is incorrect because intrinsic motivation is the desire to perform a behaviour for its own sake and personal reward. Option D is incorrect because goal orientation refers to an individual's disposition towards developing or demonstrating ability in achievement situations, which is related to but distinct from the underlying drive. 37. Which leadership theory argues that leadership is a perception that people make about other individuals? A. Trait theory. B. Attribution theory of leadership. C. Behavioral theory. D. Contingency theory. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Attribution theory of leadership. Explanation. Option B is correct because the attribution theory of leadership suggests that leadership is merely an attribution that people make about other individuals. People characterize leaders as having certain traits, and effective leadership is based on these perceptions. Option A is incorrect because trait theory argues that leadership is based on inherent personal characteristics, not perceptions of them. Option C is incorrect because behavioral theory argues that leadership is based on specific, learnable behaviors. Option D is incorrect because contingency theory argues that leadership effectiveness depends on the situation. 38. What aspect of leadership involves a deep understanding of one's own values, emotions, strengths, and weaknesses? A. Self-awareness. B. Emotional intelligence. C. Transformational leadership. D. Authentic leadership. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Self-awareness. Explanation. Option A is correct because self-awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own moods, emotions, drives, values and beliefs, as well as their effect on others. It is a cornerstone of effective leadership. Option B is incorrect because emotional intelligence is a broader concept that includes self-awareness, along with self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. Option C is incorrect because transformational leadership is a style focused on inspiration and change. Option D is incorrect because authentic leadership is a leadership style where leaders are true to their values. Self-awareness is the foundation for this style, but not the style itself. 39. What term describes a neutral third party who helps facilitate a negotiated solution by using reasoning and persuasion? A. Mediator. B. Arbitrator. C. Negotiator. D. Facilitator. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Mediator. Explanation. Option A is correct because a mediator is a neutral third party who assists in resolving disputes by facilitating communication and understanding between negotiating parties, helping them to reach a voluntary agreement. Option B is incorrect because an arbitrator is a neutral third party who listens to a dispute and imposes a final, binding decision. Option C is incorrect because a negotiator is one of the primary parties directly involved in the negotiation, not a neutral third party. Option D is incorrect because while a mediator is a type of a facilitator, the term mediator is more specific to the context of dispute resolution. 40. What is the primary function of organizational culture in relation to employee behavior? A. Enforcing compliance. B. Shaping behaviors and values. C. Improving productivity. D. Enhancing job satisfaction. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Shaping behaviors and values. Explanation. Option B is correct because the primary role of organizational culture is to act as a social control system that shapes employee behaviors and values. It provides unwritten rules and shared understandings of how things are done. Option A is incorrect because while culture can lead to compliance, its primary function is broader. It guides behavior through shared norms rather than just enforcing formal rules. Option C is incorrect because improving productivity is a desired outcome of a strong positive culture, not its primary function. Option D is incorrect because enhancing job satisfaction is also a potential outcome of a good cultural fit, not the core purpose of the culture itself. 41. What kind of team consists of members from different functional areas, all departments working together toward a common goal? A. Cross-functional team. B. Self-managed team. C. Problem-solving team. D. Virtual team. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Cross-functional team. Explanation. Option A is correct because cross-functional teams are made up of employees from about the same hierarchical level, but from different work areas, who come together to accomplish a task. This structure fosters diverse perspectives and expertise. Option B is incorrect because a self-managed team is a group of employees who operate without a manager and are responsible for a complete work process. Option C is incorrect because a problem-solving team is typically a temporary team formed to solve a specific issue, and its members may all be from the same department. Option D is incorrect because a virtual team is one whose members interact primarily through technology rather than face-to-face. 42. What is the primary strategic goal of implementing a performance management system in an organisation? A. To punish poor performance. B. To enhance employee engagement. C. To align individual and organisational objectives. D. To maintain strict oversight. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. To align individual and organisational objectives. Explanation. Option C is correct because the central goal of a performance management system is to ensure that employees' activities and outcomes are congruent with the organisation's broader strategic goals. It links individual contributions to business objectives. Option A is incorrect because modern performance management systems focus on development and improvement, not just punishment. Option B is incorrect because enhancing employee engagement is a desired outcome or byproduct of an effective system, not its primary strategic purpose. Option D is incorrect because maintaining strict oversight describes a micromanagement approach, whereas a good performance management system should empower employees by clarifying goals. 43. What type of power is based on the ability to provide positive benefits or rewards to others? A. Coercive power. B. Reward power. C. Expert power. D. Legitimate power. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Reward power. Explanation. Option B is correct because reward power is derived from the ability to distribute rewards that others value, such as pay, promotions, or recognition. It encourages compliance through positive incentives. Option A is incorrect because coercive power is based on the ability to punish or create negative outcomes for non-compliance. It is the opposite of reward power. Option C is incorrect because expert power is based on possessing specialised knowledge or skills. Option D is incorrect because legitimate power is based on one's formal position in the organisational hierarchy. (44) Which theory focuses on how the needs for autonomy, competence and relatedness foster intrinsic motivation and well-being? A. Transactional leadership. B. Transformational leadership. C. Self-determination theory. D. Path-goal theory. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Self-determination theory. Explanation. Option C is correct because self-determination theory is a major theory of motivation that emphasizes the importance of three universal psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Fulfilling these needs fosters high-quality, intrinsic motivation. Option A is incorrect because transactional leadership primarily relies on extrinsic motivation through rewards and punishments. Option B is incorrect because while transformational leadership can increase intrinsic motivation, self-determination theory is the specific model that explains the underlying psychological needs. Option D is incorrect because path goal theory focuses on how leaders can clear the path for followers to achieve their goals, which does not inherently focus on these specific psychological needs. 45. What does the term organizational demography refer to in the context of a workplace? A. The collective diversity of the workforce. B. Employee turnover. C. Age and gender distribution. D. Educational background of employees. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. The collective diversity of the workforce. Explanation. Option A is correct because organizational demography is the study of the collective demographic attributes of a workforce, such as age, gender, race, ethnicity, and tenure. It examines how this composition affects organizational processes and outcomes. Option B is incorrect because employee turnover is an organizational outcome that can be studied using demography, but it is not demography itself. Option C is incorrect because age and gender distribution are specific attributes studied within organizational demography, but the term itself is broader and encompasses all such collective characteristics. Option D is incorrect because educational background is another specific attribute studied within the broader field of organizational demography. 46. What is the main concern of ethical dilemmas in the workplace? A. Balancing profit and ethics. B. Compliance with regulations. C. Navigating situations where values conflict. D. Maintaining a competitive edge. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Navigating situations where values conflict. Explanation. Option C is correct because ethical dilemmas inherently involve situations where an individual must decide between two or more conflicting moral principles, making it challenging to determine the right course of action. Option A is incorrect because balancing profit and ethics is a common example of an ethical dilemma, but the core issue is the conflict of values, not just profit. Option B is incorrect because compliance with regulations addresses legal requirements, which are often the minimum standard. Ethical dilemmas can occur even when all options are legal. Option D is incorrect because maintaining a competitive edge is a business goal that can sometimes create a conflict with ethical considerations, leading to a dilemma. 47. Which type of behaviour intentionally hinders organisational performance and can negatively impact team dynamics? A. Citizenship behaviour. B. Counterproductive work behaviour. C. Positive reinforcement. D. Collaboration. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Counterproductive work behaviour. Explanation. Option B is correct because counterproductive work behaviour includes actions that actively harm the organisation and its members, such as theft, absenteeism, sabotage, or workplace incivility, which directly undermine team dynamics and performance. Option A is incorrect because citizenship behaviour consists of positive actions that help the organisation. Option C is incorrect because positive reinforcement is a motivational tool used to encourage desired behaviours, not a negative behaviour itself. Option D is incorrect because collaboration is a positive process of working together that typically improves team dynamics. 48. What concept is most crucial for fostering an ethical workplace culture? A. Compliance training. B. Leadership accountability. C. Open communication. D. Performance metrics. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Leadership accountability. Explanation. Option B is correct because leadership accountability is essential for establishing and maintaining an ethical workplace culture. Leaders set the ethical tone through their own actions and by holding everyone, including themselves, accountable to high ethical standards. Option A is incorrect because compliance training is a tool, but it is often ineffective without a culture of accountability modelled by leadership. Option C is incorrect because while open communication is very important, it is most effective when leaders are accountable and act on the information they receive. Option D is incorrect because performance metrics, if not designed carefully, can inadvertently encourage unethical behaviour by rewarding results at any cost. 49. Which evaluation method involves comparing an employee's performance to that of others and placing them into ordered categories? A. Group order ranking. B. Individual ranking. C. Graphic rating scale. D. Behaviourally anchored rating scale. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Group order ranking. Explanation. Option A is correct because group order ranking is a relative evaluation method that requires the evaluator to place employees into a particular classification, such as top 1/5 or second 1/5. Option B is incorrect because individual ranking is a similar relative method, but it involves ordering employees from best to worst without predefined categories. Option C is incorrect because a graphic rating scale is an absolute method that rates an employee on various performance dimensions against a fixed scale, not against other employees. Option D is incorrect because a behaviourally anchored rating scale is an absolute method that uses specific behavioural examples to anchor the points on a rating scale. 50. What does a behaviourally anchored rating scale combine? A. Performance reviews and employee feedback. B. Graphic rating scales and performance metrics. C. Critical incidents and graphic rating scales. D. Employee self-assessment and peer reviews. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Critical incidents and graphic rating scales. Explanation. Option C is correct because a behaviourally anchored rating scale integrates major elements from the critical incident and graphic rating scale methods. It uses specific examples of behaviour or critical incidents to provide anchors for points along a rating scale. Option A is incorrect because these are general terms. BARS is a specific tool used within a performance review system. Option B is incorrect because while BARS uses a scale format, its key feature is anchoring it with behavioural examples, not just generic metrics. Option D is incorrect because self-assessments and peer reviews are sources of performance information, not the components of the BARS tool itself. You have reached the end of our first question set. For the free complete exam preparation, visit our website link in the description, where you find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.